So we got the first line of the tablature on the screen. We play through this first line so you can hear it, and then I'll break it down for you kind of one measure at a time. So here we go. All right, so let's check out measure 1 right here. And as you're working through this arrangement, check out those pick direction symbols above the tablature. We got the down pick symbol, which looks like a little staple, and we got the up pick symbol, which looks like a V. All right, so anyways, measure 1. Here we go. Down, up, up, down, down, up. Down, up, up, down, down, up. Pause the video if you want to work on that. And here's measure 2. Down, up, down, up, down. So that's the first part of measure 2. Down, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up, down. Down, up, down, up, down. Then into measure 2, we just have a little down, up on that second string right there. And that kind of leads us into the third measure. All right, so up to this point, we got the first 2 measures. And then measure 3. Measure 3 is very straightforward. Down, 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 up. Measure 4. It's over the F chord, and what we're doing here, we're kind of doing picking some individual notes, but then right those last 2 down strokes, see, we've already formed the F chord at this point. So those first 2 picks, we'll just use our middle finger there, and then down, down. When you do those down picks, you have already formed the F chord. Be ready for those 2 down picks, but I'm actually not barring my pointer finger. You don't really need to bar your pointer finger for this F chord shape because you're not hitting that high E string, so it makes it a little easier. No reason to do that, barring that F chord and wear your hand out. All right, so anyways, hopefully all that makes sense. We got the first line. Let me play this first line one more time. Take a good listen, and after that, we'll move on to the next line. Here we go. And let's pull up the next line. We got measures 5 through 9. Right at the end of this line, you see that we've got a repeat sign and some alternate endings. I'll explain that in one second. But what we're going to learn right now is actually just measures 5 through 8. So here we go. So let's check out measure 5 here. Measure 5 sounds like this. And you should actually recognize that. That's what we played in the first measure, if you remember that. And then measure 6. You should actually recognize that also. That's the same thing that we played in the second measure. But then measure 7 is where it starts changing a little bit. That's measure 7 right there, right here. So let's learn measure 7. And let's just learn measure 7 and learn how to pick it, and then we'll combine it with measures 5 and 6. So it'll make more sense that way, but let's just focus on measure 7. So that very first note, that first down pick in measure 7, I use my ring finger on the second fret, or excuse me, second string, 3rd fret, and then you see that next note right after that is the 1st string, 3rd fret. And I actually don't bar my ring across to catch that part. What I do is kind of like a G chord shape almost, but what I do is just ring finger and then catch that next note with my pinky. And you don't have to keep your ring finger held down when you're playing that pinky note. You know, you don't have to form that, you know, G chord shape all the way. Just ring, pinky, da 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 da. And then that part, rest of it, I use my ring finger. So ring, pinky, 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 open, ring, pointer. Play it one more time nice and slow. Just take a look at my fretting hand, and hopefully all that makes sense there. Pause the video if you want to work on measure 7. When you're ready, let's just combine those 3 measures that we just learned, measures 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then measure 8. Measure 8's pretty straightforward. Open, open, pointer, ring. So open, open, pointer, ring, open, open. All right. So let's play this line one more time, measures 5 through 8, and just so you can get a feel for it. And then, real quick though, for those of y'all that aren't familiar with the repeat sign and alternate endings, if you look at the tablature, measure 8, you see that we have this little bracket over the top of it with the little 1 right there. That means it's the first alternate ending. So the A part, basically you're going to repeat the same melody twice, but first time through you're going to play this first alternate ending with the 1 bracket, and then when you repeat the whole A part and you get to that that repeat sign, you get to that alternate ending again, you're going to skip the first alternate ending and you're going to go to the second alternate ending. You know, hopefully that makes sense. And by the way, the repeat sign, how you know that you're going to repeat is that really bold vertical line with the 2 dots right at the end of measure 8. So you see, as you're working through the tablature, if you ever hit one of those, that means you repeat the section that you just played. But where do you go back to? You go back to the, in this case, we're going to the first measure, or you go wherever the other flipped repeat sign is. See that in the first measure. we've got the vertical lines with the 2 dots. So that's what we're doing here. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions on that. But anyways, this point we've got measures 5 through 8. Let's just play that, and then we're going to repeat, and then second alternate ending. All right, measures 5 through 8. Here we go. Repeat right here. So we're going to go back to that first measure. See that repeat sign? First measure. So we're just going to repeat everything we played so far. Same exact thing. Measures 1 through 4. The first line we're just going to play the exact same and just repeat it. Next line. We're at the end of measure 7 right now. We're going to skip over that first alternate ending, and we're going to play the second alternate ending. Only difference there, that second alternate ending, is we got this little pickup type of thing that will lead us into the B part melody here in 1 second. Let's just learn measure 9. You should recognize the first part of it. Oops, excuse me. Measure 9. And for that last part, dun, dun, I use my ring finger on that 3rd fret. See it? So, dun, 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 dun. And we're going into that B part melody right after this. So at this point, we played the A part, played the same melody twice, basically, with a different alternate ending both times. Now we're going to the B part. And B part starts in measure 10. So here we go. On the screen we got measures 10 through 13. First line of the B part. Let me play through it real quick, then break it down for you.